These are our last few days in the UK. We've been roaming my homeland for the past month on a shakedown run to see if we and our newly built vintage adventure-mobile Boomerang are ready to drive around the world.
This is by far the most English camp spot we've ever had. The English setting is just like spot on with the farmland, and it's just probably one of my favourite campsites in England so far.
What do you think? Look at that view. English countryside. Honestly, you've got to put yourself in our shoes for a second. Like, when you come into a place like this, you're driving up the road and you have no idea what is at the end of that lane. Sometimes it's like not that great. Sometimes it's like this. Can you imagine pulling up between these two trees, just poking Boomerang's nose in and having that as your view, that as your garden for the day? Oh, honestly, it's the best thing about living like this.
You describe the sounds you're hearing right now. To someone that's never been to England, what does that English countryside sound like?
It sounds like cows. There's definitely the noise of cattle and sheep, and yep, that was a cow. Yes, you're on the video, don't worry, pipe down.
This is just the start of our adventure, and so far, Boomerang has brought us to many incredible locations through the US and the UK. This was supposed to be a quick stop on the way to a very important meetup. But like we said, this was a shakedown run. A problem had arisen and we're not leaving until we put it right.
Throughout the UK we've had actually a lot of luck with the mechanical stuff. I guess most of that is in preparation, and we've made it all the way to Scotland and back down to the southern coast of England without really having to do much at all. But obviously I'm dressed like this now, so something's gone wrong. We're hearing a bit of a clunking coming from the driver's side rear wheel, suspected CV issue. One of the downsides of having that posi traction kind of limited slip differential is you can't just spin the wheels easily, so it does make maintenance and troubleshooting a little more problematic, or at least I've got to get used to it. Okay. Axle. My days. This time I've come much more prepared. I've got a 3/8 driver bit for my drill, which has got quite a lot of torque, so I can actually like pull out bolts. Makes the job much easier. This is the problem. Flipping heck. Yeah, see there, the CB joint has split because it hasn't stopped raining for the last forever. In very short time, there's still plenty of grease in there, but in very short time, enough of the grease is flung out and water has got in, and it's just basically made the balls bind in the joints and they start going clunk, 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 clunk. Having taken off this CV joint now, it doesn't look that bad, and I'm very reluctant to stick it back on because like it's clunking and showing signs of needing to be replaced. It doesn't have that many miles on it. It's probably only got about 8,000 miles on it. So we've got a brand new spare from Go Westy. I could put that on, but I think I'm just going to re-grease this and put on the new Go Westy boot, which is better quality rubber, and then I can hopefully that will last a bit longer and see how it goes. But I'm a little bit reluctant to stick something that was potentially bad back in, but honestly it looks alright.
So today's the day that we are going to be meeting up with our patrons and Kombi crew members, which is a really exciting day, but unfortunately, surprise, surprise, it's freaking raining. We're supposed to have a nice barbecue with everybody, and it's raining again, so we're frantically trying to get the bus cleaned and on our way to meet up with everybody, which would be really, really fun, even though it's raining. It'd be nice to see everybody and see CoPito.
Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous, I'm excited.
I'm a little bit nervous about me. You know, people are coming from, I don't know, like from quite far, some of them. I can't believe I'm going to get to see CoPito. That's the thing I'm most excited about, I think, today. Like, I'm looking forward to meeting everybody, but like, I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I'm just so excited about seeing CoPito and seeing Grant and seeing like what he's been up to, and like just gonna get to see CoPito. I mean, this is gonna be a good day. For those of you who don't know, CoPito is the Kombi that I lived in for 5 years during the Hasta Alaska Project. I shared CoPito with over 100 people as I drove from Chile to Arctic Alaska. It was the Kombi that connected me with Leah. It was the source of many ups and downs and important moments in my life, and CoPito is very dear to my heart. We weren't sure if we'd ever see CoPito again. It's been 2 years since we gave him away to one of our subscribers, and that was in North America.
Now we're here in the UK, and it just so happens that so is CoPito. And today we've invited a few special people to join us as we get to see him again and find out what the heck he's doing on this side of the world. They were wild horses.
Today we are headed to the meetup in the New Forest on the south coast. Beautiful part of the country. Hopefully a couple of people turn up.
With the rain and the remote location, we weren't expecting many of our patrons to turn up. But we were humbled by how many people had ventured out to join us.
Both Leah and I, and of course Alaska, were eager to meet the UK Kombi crew and excited to check out their own adventure rigs. Look at the size of Jason's rig. Now this is proper standing room. What did you say is in there?
7 foot.
Do you mind if I
7 foot?
Go on, Alaska.
stand on the mat and then go to the inside?
Oh, you look...
Look at that. You could do jumping jacks.
Yeah. Yeah, toilet.
Oh, is there a toilet in there too?
Shower as well, yes.
Oh my god, can we swap?
It's a 69 build van, 70 model, imported from Colorado.
You're telling me that the taxi crashed into the back of you,
Yeah,
rear-ended you, and then you went into the front of the other car and caved in the whole front.
yeah, whole front panel.
It looks
is
great.
Replaced, it's all brand new. Still got the old one in my garage.
Good on you for keeping the Kombi alive. You get high five for that.
Oh, I can't let them die.
Can't let them die.
And, yeah, the taxi went under the back of the van as well, so all the back end is mostly new as well.
Unbelievable. Poor little Kombi. And of course, the star of the show, Grant, his family, and CoPito.
Is that...
I can't believe it!
Yeah.
Holy moly! That's a trip being CoPito. Oh no.
Hi everyone! Hi there.
That's a nice bus.
Yeah. Maybe a toy a bit. It's like a dream. It's like I made that. Did I? Has it been painted? I can't remember. It looks so different.
It does look different.
But you can see. Like, do you remember? We used to live in there.
I know. I can't believe we used to live in there. It does feel like a dream, doesn't it? Like so many years ago. I miss it though. It still smells like CoPito. It's got a
Like
certain
burnt.
smell, like burnt. Like fire smoke. Yeah.
What is this? Come on, you've got to give me a little bit of a tour. It's a Volkswagen Crafter. It's massive.
It's not that big. This is Charlie.
Hey Charlie.
Hello, Charlie.
So nice in here. So colourful.
Brings
So roomy. I can't believe how much space you have. Volkswagen Crafter.
one of the first stickers on the.
Oh yes. Recognise that one.
It has got a name. So this is Yui. It's a 1960 23 window Samba, and it was originally from Sweden, and it was found in a quarry in Sweden because they used to be right-hand drive out there, and they swapped to left-hand drive, and basically people scrapped loads and loads of them, and yeah, so it was rescued. The reason it's got the windows along the tops, they originally built them for the Swiss Alps, so you could look up to see the mountains, and they were only going to build 10 of them, but basically they were so popular, people just went nuts and like that, went nuts and kept building them, didn't they? And this little guy here, who's called Oban, he had his first camping trip in it last week, and he loved it, didn't you, mate?
Yeah, you can't be live.
Yay! Woo! Kombi life crew!
Some of you might recognise this guy.
Oh no, I just walked through the forest.
You walked?
Yeah, through the forest.
Well, I'm worried about you. You just
Brett walked from California.
Yeah.
I've kept in touch with Brett since he rescued the Hasta Alaska Project by helping us recover and restore CoPito when he was destroyed by the fire in Alaska.
So nice to see you.
Yeah.
Where are you staying?
And over in Lyndhurst.
Unbelievable.
We'll go from there.
Brett has flown all the way in from California for a picnic in the rain in England.
In a
Crazy.
beautiful forest.
You didn't think he was crazy before, now you're sure he is.
yeah. Sorry, I proved it.
Good to see you though.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
We do though. Oh, so good to see you. Wait, how long are you staying?
Was this here, around here.
Oh, a rock hit it and it just
A rock hit it and went in a fraction of a second.
Wow. When you were in driving it, did that?
One can stay.
When I was driving, yes.
Adorable. And a very definitely added bonus to meeting some weirdo strangers off the internet in the middle of the woods, no signal. I've never actually met these people before, but they have dogs, so it's okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
This is called the Wordless Travel Book, which is like a universal dictionary, I think. So you can point at pictures if you need something while traveling in a country where you don't understand the language or they don't understand you. Oh God.
Yeah, what the hell's that? What is, hang on, what's
because
that?
I need a passport to go to space, maybe, I don't know.
You need a passport? What kind of gibberish book is this? No wonder you haven't used it. Tell me you're looking for something based on the symbols on this page.
You could say I need a bus for my alien visitors.
That's always important.
I need a jump start for my camel.
Handy.
Yeah, just
Somebody said that you're going to start your
my van with this,
van with what?
with a hammer.
So what have you been up to with this van?
Okay, our original plan was to travel the whole Pan America from Alaska. But we bought this van here in UK, so we shipped it to the east coast of US, and so we started from Baltimore in the east coast, and then we drove up to Alaska, and then we came down up to Panama. We didn't continue for different reasons, but now the van is back here with us.
When did it arrive?
It arrived yesterday, and still a mess inside. The van is in the condition that you would find it after a trip of 50,000 kilometers.
I'm glad you brought it.
Yeah.
What's your van's name?
Duggy.
Dougie.
Yeah.
Can't believe having CoPito and Boomerang camping next to each other. What a treat. It's been so fun to have these guys down here.
It's so weird being in the front again. I love it. I miss it here.
Forgot how.
It's more comfortable in these seats than ours.
No
It
way.
is. I like the bench seat, you know. Remember when we did these seats?
Yeah, I remember you doing these seats. Does it bring back memories?
Yeah, a lot of memories. I miss it. I miss CoPito.
Yeah,
Nice
me
to be
too.
here again. Yeah, it's much more comfy because my feet can touch the floor. The other one, I'm like, no.
It's because of the swivel base we've got. No way. This feels so familiar. Oh, it's like a blast from the past. It's like I saw the whole of the Americas through this window. More headroom.
Yes.
Oil gauge is obviously off because it's showing 10 psi right now. Warning, Grant. Hope you're paying attention to that. You're 11 pounds per square inch off on your oil pressure. And Grant, you shouldn't leave the voltage meter running when you're parked at camp. It's going to run your battery down. You just check it and you turn it off again, okay? It's so funny. This is in better condition than Boomerang, eh? This whole dash here.
What's this button? Oh, that's new.
I know.
New button. Alaska Casa. Casa. Remember this girl? It's your old home. In your bed. In your bed. Alaska, no, your old bed. Casa. Yay, remember this?
You remember?
You love the bench
You
seat.
remember? You grew up on this bed, Alaska. You grew up sitting right here. Oh, welcome back to Kombi Live. Thanks for tuning in. And so familiar in here.
I've changed a lot, as you can see.
Holy hell, Grant! It's so good to be hanging out in CoPito. Honestly, my face is smiling so much it's hurting. Oh. So good to see you guys and see you here in the UK.
I know, it's magical, isn't it?
Okay, I really want to get to know what happened. The last time we saw you with CoPito, we were saying goodbye, we'd handed over the keys, and you were in North America.
That was it was a long time ago. It's a long story, so we haven't really told it on social media or anything, but so I left. I travelled down to through Oregon, some amazing places, met some incredible people. Annie and I had got back together and we were going to come over and basically recreate what you guys had done. So it would be us two and a dog travelling around North America, and then Annie got her visa denied. So she's now banned from America, thanks Trump.
So literally your whole kind of I'm going to travel around North America plan just got thrown in the air.
Chucked in the bin, yep. And then we're like, okay, well you guys seem to like Mexico quite a lot, so we could do Mexico, that sounds quite good. The stuff you showed us from Baja looked out of this world, so we're like, yep, you had your secret location, thank you very much. So we like, let's aim for that. So Annie booked a flight, she was flying over to Mexico, I was going to go pick her up. That night, our dog broke her spine, which is a horrific thing to do, and jumped on a plane, went home, and then we sort of looked after Orla and got her back to health, which is, as you've seen, she's pretty good. She's a bit grumpy, but she's pretty good.
And in the meantime, you've also gone and had a baby.
We did, and that was because the first night I got back, we got very excited. And we made a little baby, which threw the plans that we then had into question as well.
Yeah.
But
so in this situation, you've got a dog, a recovering dog,
yep.
A pregnant girlfriend,
Yep.
and a Kombi in North America, and you're back in the UK.
Yes.
So you decided CoPito has to come with you.
Yeah, that was the idea, because Orla can travel around Europe, that's no problem. She's got a pet passport, that's allowed, she can do whatever she wants.
Brexit!
Yeah, apart from that, yeah, but no, that's where we're going to go early.
Go soon.
Yeah, thanks to the government. The governments are really great at helping out people trying to do these type of ventures.
Yes.
As you saw when I tried to come into the country to meet you guys for the first time, I nearly didn't make it.
That's right.
Hint people, if you're going to do something like this and you travel into the American airport somewhere and you go through customs, do not tell them You're about to travel around in a bus. You have no date that you want to come home. You have no date that you're going to do anything specific. And yeah, you've sold your house and you've quit your job and you've got nothing to go back for. They really don't like that as a concept.
Don't do that.
No, it's a terrible idea.
You need to have an itinerary.
Yeah. Unless you're stupid like me and you just do that and then they just realise that you're such a moron that you must be telling the truth. Nobody would make this up.
This guy can't be serious.
No. But no, so it's taken a very long time. In the meantime, we've had baby Fen, and he's now 1 year old. But we managed to get CoPito back, which was difficult because with the help of some very handy people that we knew, they managed to help us get that registered in the US. So it was US registered for a piece. And then...
so CoPito went from being Chilean to American.
Yep.
And now...
he's British.
What do you reckon? Do you feel safe? You've had a lot of work done. No. Grant, what is this?
This is some amazing scoops. Now, the first time I saw these, if you remember, we went to North America, Washington State. Do you remember we went around that little graveyard of all the buses?
You saw these in that?
Do you not remember? There was one in there that had these on. It was an ancient bus. It was all cracked and stuff. Right? So I put these on.
Did it help?
Massively. Made a huge difference.
Really?
Genuinely, it made a difference. I could go. I mean, didn't transform it so I could drive forever without overheating, but I got an extra hour a day driving out of it.
Is it overheating now?
No. It's cold here. But apart from that, not too much. A bit of electric work just to get a few bits sorted. But apart from that, the engine is pretty much as you made it.
I can't believe that engine's still going.
I know, and strong. Strong, I would say.
Strong! I've seen enough of this engine. I do not need to see any more. Good boy, Grant. This engine went from Mexico all the way into Central America, all the way through Mexico, through the United States, through Canada, all the way to the top of Alaska and the Arctic, then all the way back down to Baja California, and then all the way back to Canada again, and then all the way to LA. My gosh, it's been up and down the west coast of the US more times than...
We had a lot of hills on the way here.
Mexican power.
Yeah, it was done. So yeah, the next thing, I think, rust. That's
rust.
The next bit.
Glad you brought that up, Grant.
I'm so sorry.
CoPito has aged
I know.
terribly.
I don't know what I did.
Just for people, like, it didn't look like this when I gave it to you, did it?
No, it's perfect. It looked literally like Boomerang when I got it.
Not quite like that, but it is interesting to see what parking it in LA near the coast did.
Yeah, Venice Beach, I didn't think about that. That's very close to the sea, so salt water in the air did some damage, and then coming to the UK. I mean...
it's a harsh climate here. You did say to me that look at this dust, it's from Baja.
Yeah, it's yeah, the engine bay is still filled with the dust that you attempted to clean out of Baja when you...
There is probably like microscopic dirt from every single country all the way through the Americas.
We should collect it and you can put it,
The thing should be in a museum. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Because this was your first night in the Kombi as a family, and it was actually like... was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's almost exactly. I think it was exactly 2 years ago that we met in LA.
To the day?
To the day, I think.
What?
How mad is that?
That's cool.
I believe that was when it was.
2 years ago to the day that we first met in LA, and you got CoPito.
And that wasn't planned. You just because you booked this event, you just booked it without.
Yeah, we just booked a random day. So, and 2 years later, it's your first day camping as a family. So it's a long process. Like,
all the things you wanted to do.
So what are you hoping to do? Like, now that you're in the UK, you've opened up a whole new land to explore.
Yeah, because we haven't done that. I mean, the one thing we've looked at is we're going to start doing a few little trips just to get used to it, and then find out what the problems are so we can fix them before we do anything major, like you guys.
That's kind of what we're doing right now in the UK. This is our shakedown run. I hope that we are going to get another opportunity to camp together. Like, I know that we're going off towards Australia, so we don't know whether that's possible. But honestly, to hang out with you now and to see the Kombi and to like have a little camp out, and it's been so fun. Thank you so much for coming down.
But no, we definitely would. If we can do that, then we'll make it happen, because that will.
Yeah. And the lesson is, life might change on you, but the adventure still goes on.
We had such a beautiful day today with the Kombi crew. Like, it was much better than I expected. Like, the crowd were
What a community of people.
amazing. Yeah, like, we're so blessed to have such a beautiful community of people. So thank you guys so much for coming, and we loved meeting you all and spending time with you. That was just a
CoPito's
highlight.
doing a drive-by in the background. CoPito photo bomb. This was a great end to our time in the UK and our shakedown run of Boomerang. The next leg of the journey is a big one, and from here there is no coming back to a home base. We're about ready for Europe and to push on towards Africa. But before Boomerang is truly ready for extended travel and full-time off-grid living, there are a few important upgrades we need to make. But that is a story for next time.